questions to ask throughout a campaign with the confidence rising. I told WDF don't switch, good times are coming on even deep diving. Fan cams, reactions, watch along, still the pride of London thriving. The Eagles of South, they flying. Keep your eyes on us, we ain't hiding.
Yo, big up. What's going on? Hope you're well. Good evening, good afternoon, good night, good morning. Wherever you're watching from across the world, this is the Premier League Review Show. Now, normally, you will see Mr. Cheat himself running this show, but I believe he did say initially he was going to be in Leeds. However, he has actually now, unfortunately, contracted COVID. So, most importantly, guys, please obviously send Nicky Saint of Seller some love in the chat and wish him well, please, because obviously it's not the greatest things to have to deal with when you have it and stuff. So, yeah, big up, Nicky. Don't worry. I hope we do a good job on your behalf.
Yeah, I tried to find the shirt you always wear, but I couldn't find it, so I pulled out the next best thing. So,
so yeah, we're literally just gonna vibe with it. And obviously talk about last weekend's games in a bit more detail and such. So, as always, pleasure as always, my guy JC. How's it going? How's it going?
Having a week annual leave and then coming back for these 2 days has been mad because everyone forgets their password and stupidness. So it is long. It being IT when coming back is always long, but I think because I had a week off as well for once, it just made it even worse. I'm just getting used to things, and everyone wants things now. It's just long. What about you, mate?
You know what? Monday, yes, it was good. Today was mad. It was chaos at school and such. Yes, just little petty incidents in school and stuff, just having to deal with and whatnot. And yeah, but it is what it is, man. It comes with the territory. Just detentions everywhere and such. But yeah, let's get into it. Let us kick off with the first game of the weekend. And I tell you what,
well, the best game of the weekend as well.
An absolute thriller, because I was thinking at one stage, and I was on the way to football at the time, I was thinking at one stage, whoa, Arsenal are really in the bad run of form at the moment. This is crazy. But obviously, the manner in which the goals win at the end as well. But let's get into it. So, obviously, Ollie Watkins. And you know what? That guy can finish, you know.
On his weak foot, that was a great finish.
He got a great finish.
A poke through from Balduena, I want to say.
Yeah. It was Buendia.
Yeah, that's it.
And stuff. And
nice poke through. Runs the man. Well, Saliba as well, wasn't it? He runs Saliba. Saliba gave him the window to shoot, picked the far corner and slapped it. Great finish.
Bottom bins, quality finish. And funny enough, it's another player had a similar goal in the weekend, which we'll come to later. But what a great start for them. In fact, it was a game of really good goals, actually, because
Saka's goal on the volley, bang.
Top bins in the 60th minute, he's hit that clean, you know. He's another one that's been an incredible form. Like, it's nice to see like those three players who got like really abused after the Euros, and Rashford, Sancho, and Saka. They're like kind of picking up.
Yeah, we'll talk about Sancho definitely and Rashford later, because they seem to have turned a corner under
massive corner.
Brilliant build up from Coutinho as well.
I was going to say personally, I preferred this goal just because of the build up. Ben White obviously drifts out wide and he just gets caught sleeping. But the Coutinho dummy again from it was Buendia again, isn't it? With the dummy this time. You know, and then Coutinho just slots it home. That was in the 31st.
Well, if anything, Coutinho body fainted, didn't he? He opened his body up like he was going far post, sent keeper going shop, as
Literally.
Vaz would say, it went chippy and everything, and then put it near corner. So that was a nice goal as well, man.
No, 100%. It's a great finish. And then I think Villa just fell asleep at a corner.
They're 2-1 up for a long time.
Yeah, and it's not just till the 61st minute. Like Villa just fell asleep from a corner, and all you see Zinchenko just there's no one around. Like 15 yards.
No one pressures the ball at all.
No.
Everyone's just sort of ball watching, and then he brings it down, sets it out in front of himself a little bit, and absolutely hammers it into the bottom right corner.
Which is a great strike. Then this is where it goes mad.
It goes left.
Right. An absolute cracking strike from Jorginho, by the way. I can't remember who laid it off to him, but he's caught it clean. It's rattled the crossbar. And unfortunately for Martinez, Mr. Like, he knows nothing about it.
Someone clip that.
He knows nothing about it. It's come off his head or his back, and it's gone into the goal. You know, and that was the 93rd minute. You know, the 93rd minute, which is incredible. And then when you think that's it, obviously Martinez decides to come up for a corner to try and redeem himself. Arsenal break. Vieira sends a through ball into Martinelli, who's literally he's gone. There's no catching him and such. And he's so confident that he just starts celebrating before the ball's in the back of the net.
He celebrated and he realised, yo, Mings ain't too far behind me, you know.
Miggs weren't catching him. Miggs weren't catching him at all.
He could have walked it all the way into the net, but he's just being safe.
Yeah, this is it. This is it. But you know, it's a great start. Great start to the weekend, to be fair. You know, and obviously for Arsenal, they kind of needed that. They really needed that to kind of bounce back after a poor run of results. And this Premier League top of this title race, it just swings around about. So obviously, we'll discuss their nearest rivals in a bit. But JT, do you feel that could actually be the turning point, that weekend of results? Or do you think there's going to be more twists and turns?
Well, if City keep dropping points like how they have been here or there, I reckon there's an outside shout for Man United to pull into that second place. Because right now, they seem unstoppable. Like I think I'd be hard pressed to say who I'd want to play the least out of those three: Arsenal, City, and Man United. You just wouldn't want to play any of them right now, just because of how they are on form.
Mm.
But I don't know. Do you agree? Do you think that Man United are in that shout now? Because they're only 3 points behind Man City.
They are.
And I think they're equal games as well, right? So if Man City drop points,
this is it.
United could get second.
And it's all going to be down to the running as well, you know. Like I know United fans, and rightfully so, they would want to play it down. Also, I'm just trying to get the actual.
Yeah, I know. No United fans have fully jumped on that agenda yet.
Yeah, but
I know they will. I know they will the second they're level points with City.
Yeah, and they're 3 points behind City and 5 behind Arsenal. Arsenal have that game in hand. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's all kind of wait and see, really, to be fair.
But yeah, I reckon that the title is not decided yet.
No.
Because if Arsenal draw and City win, then there's only 1 point in it again. And then let's say Man United keep winning, it's gonna. I've got a feeling that this league is gonna be decided by a draw, like a dodgy draw somewhere that they should never have gotten a draw out of.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, but it'll be interesting to obviously.
I'll put it this way: we could spice up the title race. We could get a point to Arsenal and see what happens.
That would be great. That would be great. But there's a few comments. Big up to the best editor in town. Big up RHEA. Big up Nicky with the popcorn. He says, thanks for taking hosting duties, guys. No problem. Mr. Cheat, FFS. It is what it is. Big up to the chairman. Is that the Qatari flag? No, man, she made me laugh, man. Big up, man. It says smash the like button, 100%, guys. I'm starstruck. Massive fan of the channel, by the way. Oh, vibes. Big up on the road. Listen, he's still CM. He's still onto you. What's that second verse? It's onto you.
At what point does it become a song and not an intro? Then that's what I'm starting to think.
Good point. See if we can release it. What, Top of the Pops, Spotify.
If we could all drop a verse.
No, he'll lose it.
That'll be the forfeit. You have to do the verse. I mean, you have to hear it every stream.
That is a shout.
That's got to be. I'm writing that down the notes.
Yeah, that's an idea. That's an idea.
I'm writing that down the notes.
I mean, chip challenges. Yeah, that's still like one of the ideas, but that's another good idea. To be fair, imagine that. That'll be. And then you know what? You know when they do the kind of spoof things with the recorder?
Yeah.
Big up, I know. And the less we speak, the better. And I'll come into your team in a minute. Yep, fish and chips. Vibes loves fish and chips, to be fair. You need to be 18 to be on YouTube. You belong on YouTube, kids.
Personally, I wouldn't have that.
What's that? Yeah, I'm going to add that to best bits. So at 12:16, can you write that down as a mental note, please? That's on fire. YouTube kids. Oh, yeah, the Emmy Martinez thing. My bad.
Rihanna's already clipped it. I've got the clip sitting next to me. It's ready to go.
This is what I'm saying. Listen, you don't need to holler at RHEA. Like, she don't mess about. She's just on job and stuff. Any of your editing sort of needs and intros and stuff, make sure you reach out. Yeah, I think the Wi-Fi is starting to act up. Dan THFC is saying as age as me, and look at him. That's a personal conversation between them. Big up, Rush. Guan JC.
So I was gassing Man United real quick.
The only politics we speak of around here is fish and chips on a Friday night. Need Arsenal to form the bag and City to get a points deduction and boom, United in the promised land. # quick naps. And lastly,
he's not wrong.
EF collecting funds, no time for free refunds.
Man, we're gonna go bankrupt if we have to keep giving these out, man.
No, but I think that's a verse for the song, isn't it?
You know what? Whoever does it, they've got to try and write that situation into that verse.
That would be funny. 100%. Let's get on to the next game. We're not going to talk about this long because you've heard us talk about this plenty of times. And we did a space in it as well. But obviously, Brentford won, Palace won. It was a fairly even game, I'd say. We played a lot better than we did against Brighton. Eze took the lead, Shock at 69. And then Yano literally last kick of the game with the equaliser. Sorry, Palace. Oh, no, leave that out. Sorry, Palace fans. I saw this on Twitter yesterday, and no one ever I just got angry.
Is it the one where it's a still of Ahamada's right in front of him?
I got so angry.
So let's say that the arrow's not there, and I'm giving this to the chat. Let's say the arrow's not there. If you was Ayu here, where are you playing the ball? Are you playing it to 1, putting it down to the right-hand side to let Edouard run onto it as Ben Mee is static. 2, pass it straight in front of you to Ahamada, who is free, and the centre-backs are split. Or C, try and do a De Bruyne crossfield diag, which lands on the first man.
Can I even give you option 4?
Option 4, give back to Gaeta. Gaeta once.
keep running with the ball.
Yeah, I reckon Onyeka takes him out though.
But he's still got about 5 yards to work with.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't know anything but what he did.
Yeah, basically anything but what he done was stupid.
Oh, I didn't want to see this, but it was so annoying.
This is a good freeze frame, and this just shows the decision making. Because you can even see his head. He's looking at Eze right now, and he's not looking at Ahamada right in front of him.
And you know what's annoying? It's the he had a good game.
I would have rather him kick it out for a throw-in than what he did.
Absolutely. Now, don't get me wrong. We still positionally were terrible in the transition, but so if I bring this back up, just because of his mistake, we've got 3 players out of the game already. Just because of it.
Technically 4, because Decore is right up there with him.
Yeah. It's just a mess, but
the defending was a shambles as well. Like Richards didn't track the man, Schlupp didn't get back at all. Anderson stepped up instead of holding his line.
We're talking about Jordan Ayew, brush.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not saying any more about this game.
Yannick scores and the ref blows up at the end.
Yeah, literally.
But we did play much better, which is good.
Yeah, that's the plus side to it. And boy, we've got the Liverpool preview coming up anyway. So, boy, Brighton 0, Fulham 1. Now, this is one of like 3 or 4 games where the scoreline doesn't reflect the game. Brighton missed bare chances.
Long story short, Brighton battered these man and couldn't finish their dinner.
Undev had like 2 or 3 chances,
and that just shows why. I know. We talk about Welbeck, but I was actually being a bit like Statman Dan. I saw a stat. He has the 5th worst conversion rate in the league, and that's not even just strikers. That's players in the Premier League.
Where does Mateta fall in there, by the way?
He hasn't taken 20 shots. The requirement is to take 20 shots, and he hasn't taken 20 shots.
Oh,
so he doesn't even fit the requirement to get in there.
It's mad, honestly. And it's crazy because, this is the last 2 games. They haven't taken their chances. It's so mad. Like against us and obviously now against Fulham, they've taken 1 point in 6. They should really have 6 out of 6 with these games.
I reckon I know why though. That Evan Ferguson is a bad boy player, and he's still not fully back fit yet. And I reckon that when he comes back, you'll see them start winning games again. Unfortunately, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, but literally as I was watching the highlights.
Sorry, I've just seen Ivan Toney's. Have you seen it?
No.
Ivan Toney posted a thing on his Instagram saying "I be chilling," and then someone commented on it saying, "On your way to the bookies," and he replied to this guy saying, "Now on your way to your mum's gaff."
That's savage.
I know it will never happen, but Ivan Toney used to play for Palace, man.
You know what's mad? I mean, and he deserves to go and play European football, I feel.
Without a doubt.
But honestly, if we were to get an Ivan Toney, we get Europe. That's how crazy it sounds.
Say that again?
If we were to get Ivan Toney, let me cook. If we were to get Ivan Toney, we get Europe. That's the difference. That's literally the difference. We don't have a goal scorer.
But I don't think there's really much else to say about this game. The goal was taken nicely.
Yeah, I was going to say it was similar to like Watkins' finish.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's taking it on his left foot across the goalkeeper. Good finish. And when I saw Solomon, I was like, who? I didn't even know who it was.
Solo, who?
Who? And so, but yeah, fair play to him. Very, very good finish. And I think it was Vinicius with the assist in that game. So yeah, as you said, there's not much more to say about it.
Just know Brighton battered them and couldn't finish their dinner.
Let's talk about another team that battered the team and couldn't finish their dinner. Oh my. Something's going wrong. Something is going wrong. And there was a clip that circulated, I think, before the game where Aspie's like, yeah, come on, guys. And he runs out and everyone's just like, yeah. And just walks out behind him.
Yeah, I see people talking about Chelsea as like, oh, we ain't got no aura. And I'm like, bruv, that's an argument that has got the least backing to it I've ever heard. And I'm thinking, what do you mean aura, bruv? Like your team has got no motivation to do anything. Like their manager's dying by the minute. Yeah. You seen the glow down. He glowed up and then it went down very fast.
Literally. So I was just taking a picture of that. That's private chat.
Ward-Prowse. You know what? Just don't. I'd rather Southampton get a penalty than have a free kick from outside the box. That's how mad this guy is at taking free kicks these days.
Crazy. It is crazy. And has he broken or leveled Beckham's record yet?
I have no idea.
I'm sure he must be very close.
I reckon that if he's done it, I reckon we would have heard about it.
Yeah, so he must be very, very close.
He must be 1 or 2 off. Gotta be. But at the rate, mate, he's scoring like a free kick every month. It's mad. It's
almost a free kick a game at the way he's going. It's so nuts.
Well, the thing is teams like us are stupid enough to give them fouls on the edge of the box.
Yeah, 100%. You know, and like the bad thing about it, he's not even finding the top corner. He's getting it over the wall and finding the bottom corner. It is the technique's stupid.
Oh, I think that you'd be hard pressed to find another person other than De Bruyne that's a better free kick taker than him in the whole world, let alone just the Premier League.
Yeah, his technique is so
unreal, and it does make me wonder why they don't have like someone in the team and they just say, you are the set piece taker, you just practice set pieces, free kicks like almost every day so that you are that good.
Yeah. You know, it sounds crazy, but against a specialist like Ward-Prowse, I would have someone stand on the post. I know it's going to invite everyone to crowd the box, but he's just.
I think you can't just because of how unpredictable it is. If he fires that ball into the box, it's a free for all, man. You could get it, and you really couldn't. Because if the keeper's got any chance in saving it, he ain't doing that if there's a crowd in the box.
He ain't got no choice as it is anyway.
No, bro. Rush goalie, innit? Everyone can use their hands.
We'll get onto a team that are very good at that in a minute. But yeah, obviously for Chelsea, it's a terrible run of form. Sterling could have had a hat trick. You know,
he had many misses, man. He kept shooting at the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I tell you who I thought a standout was for Southampton was Lavia. I think the defensive work rate of that guy for such a young guy as well was incredible.
Yeah, I think when we beat him in the league, I think he missed that game as well.
Yeah, he did.
You know, so yeah, he's a proper player, really, really good player. And so yeah, and obviously you had some news about their signing when they played against Dortmund. The commentators called him a what?
So as I said to Rich on the phone the other day, I think I was the only person in the whole world that was watching Chelsea Dortmund other than Arsenal, Man City. Mainly because I didn't know it was on Amazon Prime, and I was thinking, where the hell is this game? But I was laughing the whole game because the commentator kept calling Mudryk the speed merchant. So whenever he was on the ball, the commentator went, the speed merchant's going down the wing. He's in the middle thinking, oh, this is just funny, man. I can't turn this off now. It's just too funny. I'm watching the Arsenal game on my phone anyway, on some random stream. I really couldn't care less.
Let's just a few more comments before we move on to the next game. Big up Sean. He says, laugh out loud, poor Mateta, poor Palace. Federal says St. Maximin would be an ideal Saha replacement, but no way you can spend that money. Yeah,
No,
it would.
thanks.
Well, to be fair, that's our criteria. Ah, you're injured, we'll sign you. Johnston, injured. Ferguson, injured. It's Richards, injuries. It's
we bought Elise saying he was injured before he even played and kicked the ball.
It's bad. So yeah, obviously his wage is gonna be stupid anyway.
Eze.
Injured. Everyone injured. You know, big up Football Power Hour. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, some interesting hot takes and get amped. So if you ain't seen that, go check that out as well. Sean said, yeah, true. Watkins, any one of those players, Europe is possible. It sounds mad, but even Ollie Watkins, yeah. Like, he's got a decent conversion rate. He's not great.
I don't think that Watkins offers as much as Tony does, though.
I don't know. Tony's clear.
I think with Tony, I think that I'm more with you. But Watkins, we need a bit more. Like, we need fullbacks as well.
That's
with Watkins.
Yeah. And such. Which Atia needs to do a Saudi preview soon. I've become this. Basically, the goalkeeper that Ronaldo scored 4 against not long ago. Martin reckons he looks like me. So, yeah, I'm a Saudi goalkeeper.
The racismo is real.
Just casual racism. Look at him. And big up King. Hope you're doing well. Are you still in Gambia? If you are, hope you're well. Hope you're living life, enjoying. I'm sure it's like the weather's lovely and that. Big up King. Make sure you go and subscribe to King Football Show as well as Football Power Hour as well. Make sure you subscribe to those channels. Next game. Hey, I got an image for this one. Everton 1, Leeds 0. Now, I'm not going to lie, Everton dominated this game.
A team that actually deserved to win the game.
Yeah. And it was just like bare free kicks and corners. You know, Leeds can't defend set pieces. So that's something we need to take on board.
Put it this way, Daesh has the minerals, as they would say in Get Amped, to get him out of this relegation fight. Because Onana is class. I'm sure he could play Iwobi back into form. Calvert-Lewin, when he comes back, is a good striker on his day. And he's probably the kind of guy to get a tune out of Maupay. Even though he's dreadful, he's the kind of guy to get a tune out of him. Because man was still playing with Jay Rodriguez in the Premier League and getting him like 7 goals a season. So trust me, I think Daesh is the perfect man for that job. However, I don't think Daesh will last very long because I reckon he'll keep him up and then Everton will go back to, oh yeah, we're a big club. Let's get, I don't know, Allegri.
Yeah. And especially are they moving into a new stadium next season?
I think the season after.
Oh, okay.
I think next year is the last time to go to Goodison Park, so I reckon every away end is going to be sold out.
Yeah, I won't be surprised. Just to answer your question, King. Him and Decore, yeah. That pivot is cold. It is cold. So please sign Declan Rice, sign Moses Caicedo, and just sell it.
They extended El Nene's contract, so
there you go.
That's looking good already.
So just sell Sammy to us. 15 million. Just sell him to us, please. Thank you.
Now, give him to us on a free, and you can have him back for free if you want. I really couldn't care less, mate. Just having a good midfield is all I want.
This is all it is. Big up James. He's saying that he reckons Liverpool will win 2-1 in their Champions League game, which has kicked off.
I'll keep the scores updated.
Sweet. And Sean's saying that he reckons we'll beat Liverpool. But let's go to the goal. Now, Seamus Coleman, take a bow, son. Take a bow. Cracking finish. But my initial thought when he took the shot is, wait, What's Meslier doing?
We'll show you what he's doing. He went chippy, bruv. Where's he gone?
Where's he going?
I think we've always known Meslier is a bit tapped as a goalkeeper, but damn, what's he? He's closer to the 6-yard line than he is to his goalkeeping line.
It's mad, and like I said, I'm not taking credit away from Coleman because what a strike it was.
Oh, of course.
But literally, what are you doing?
Yeah, this was one of them situations where your friend said, "It's rush goalie now, so you come running out of the goal," and then they score. It's one of them ones, isn't it?
It is crazy. Just quickly, Sammy's a baller. Just need an environment that believes in him. Happy for him. Give us 20 mil. All right, we'll give you 10 and add-ons.
No buyback.
Nicky. No, he's recovering from COVID. He's recovering from COVID. So please send him some well wishes and stuff. He's not been kicked off. I'm wondering if there's an underlining. Did you want him kicked off there, Hasca? Is that where you're going with it?
Well, there wasn't a ... So.
But yeah, that win obviously took Everton out of the relegation zone, and Leeds are still looking for a manager. Who did it? I know Southampton. That was with Jesse March. That didn't go through.
No, they got Fonseca, I think.
Oh, so that's been confirmed.
The Watford guy.
Oh, for Leeds, is that confirmed now?
I think so.
Okay, because I know Rafa Benitez was in the running as well.
Yavi Garcia.
Gotcha. Okay. Was it? No, just confused. Yeah, no, he does. This is his show, but yeah, he's just recovering from COVID, so we thought we'll jump in and hold the fort instead of postponing it as well. So
I think it's one of them ones where it's not a brilliant appointment, but it's also not a terrible appointment. It's sort of like a mid of the road, because I'm pretty sure that he was the guy that got Watford to the semi-final when we played them. I think.
Can't remember, to be honest. No, it was Zola.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Or did he get them to the final against City?
Yeah, I think that's that one. Yeah. But you know what? Like, what was I going to say? I can't remember what to say. Either way, listen, clubs, they're making moves. They're ruthless. It's a ruthless business to Premier League at the moment. Very, very ruthless. But yeah, let's move on to the next game. Now, this game has caused the shockwaves in the title race. I'm going to play this again because I played this at the beginning of Get Amped, but I thought this was quite quality from the fans. Just that little bit of banter and such. So, have a listen.
It is quality.
Such good banter from both sets of fans. But yeah, a game where I'm sure everyone predicted an away win. Bernardo Silva, cracking goal. Good finish, obviously, with his left foot. Right into the top
First time
corner.
as well. He didn't take a touch. He just rolled across the body and he slapped it home.
Yeah, quality finish. And then you're thinking, okay, how many? Q Haaland. He misses a chance. He then misses a rebound. Phil Foden decides, I'm not going to shoot.
I'm going to pass it to the defender. He nearly kicked it in his own net. Let's bear in mind that.
Like, it was just a calamity of errors from City on the offensive side to it. And then, you know what? You know what I've been really impressed with? And if I don't think Forest will, I'm not saying they won't go down, but they're giving themselves a really good chance of staying up. Brennan Johnson. I've been really impressed with him.
I tell you what, the dribble that he done to pass it to
Chris Wood.
Gibbs White. Because he passed it out wide to Gibbs White.
Oh, and Gibbs White.
And then he crossed it in first time, and then Wood right at the back post. But the dribble that he done, I think he went through about 2 or 3 players, didn't he? And then very composed to then cut the ball out to the right. Oh, Darwin Noodles has scored.
Yeah, I was just going to put this up there. Up.
But yeah, I think for a guy that's 6 foot, I think he's 6'1", he moves really well for someone so tall. And he's both footed as well. And I tell you what, I don't think he's going to be that Bale replacement that Wales need, but he's going to be a great player for them.
Yeah, 100%. I've been impressed with, and he's got burners.
Well, I'll put it this way: we wanted him in January last year before they came up, didn't we? But they wouldn't part with him for anything less than 38 million or something stupid like that. And you know that Palace, we ain't paying more than 10 million for no one.
No chance and stuff. Fonda Rose sending shots. Gives a predictions legit.
Spread the word.
100%. And this, you're right here, King. No one could have written this. Wood. Chris Wood. No chance. No one would have thought that. But it's obviously another point closer to survival for Forest. It's a point that gave Arsenal their ascendancy back again in the title race. It's like I said, it just swings and roundabouts with this one. You know, good game of football. I'm just trying to see if there's anything I've left out. No, the last 2 clips I've got are United and West Ham. All right, cool. So we're on track. We're on track. Q. Here's another game where the team that won didn't deserve to win.
Wolves smashed them up. Could not score again. And then Tavernier, nice little.
He's been a good player for them, actually.
I tell you what, him on the ball is he actually is very comfortable, very good dribbler as well. Actually, I'm quite impressed. They didn't buy him for too much either, did they?
No.
But I tell you what, Bournemouth done some very good business in the winter, and they spent some good money. So they're gonna get results like this just because they have that quality of players now. They've got the quality, they've got the depth in there as well, something that we don't have. Yeah. Which means that they can keep going for that full 90 and they'll get a result like this, even though they didn't deserve it.
Yeah, and you know what? Fair play to Neto, their keeper. He pulled off some really good saves, you know, to obviously keep them in it. You know, but yeah, there's not much to say much about this game. Wolves should have won, and they didn't.
Oh, in that thing I told you about the stats with Welbeck being the 5th worst conversion rate striker, you know who's the worst in the whole league? Because he hasn't even scored a goal yet.
Go on.
Diego Costa.
Oh snap, I forgot he was in the league.
He plays for Wolves.
I forgot about that.
And the thing is, I think he's taken like 29 shots and he hasn't scored yet.
That's nuts. That is nuts.
It's funny because Noodles was on there as well. I think he was 3rd.
Well, you know, he's turning it around now.
Yeah, but you saw the amount of shots he took at the start of the league, so he's going to take a long time to right that wrong. Let's be real.
That's a good point. That is a good point. I believe this was the last game on the Saturday, and this was nuts.
So you know we was talking about Rush goalie, yeah? Nick Pope, you are a fool. You've messed up my dream team. I've got to put De Gea in. I've got to put De Gea in for the next 3 games. Look what you've done.
He messed up my FPO as well, boy. That -3 hit hard, boy. It's mad. But obviously Nunes scored the opener. There was questions about handball in that. I think the goal's fine. Cody Gakpo's,
in my opinion.
Yeah, Cody Gakpo's picked up form. I thought to himself,
I'm so happy that he scored against them as his first Premier League goal and not us.
No, that's his second now because he scored against them.
Okay, that gives me even more relief because I think if that guy has not scored yet, and then he's the Sadio Mane replacement, and then he scores his first goal against us, I'm going to be pissed.
No, this is it. And such. But yeah, Liverpool, that's back-to-back wins as well, back-to-back clean sheets. So they're starting to pick up a bit of form, but Nick Pope is going to be kicking himself because not only did he get sent off,
Lloris Karius.
Not only is he missing 2 league games, and he's missing the Carabao Cup final, which is obviously this Sunday, I believe. Yeah, he's missing the final. Martin Dubravka cannot play for Newcastle because he's cup tied because he was loaned out to Manchester United. Roll on, Karius.
You know what? Yeah, I've got a really sneaky feeling.
No, if he doesn't have this.
No, but the thing is, I've got a sneaky feeling that he's going to be he might do all right, you know, because man's going to be traumatized after that Champions League final. That I bet you ever since then he's been the best goalkeeper at the club in training by far. I guarantee. You know what? I bet you he'll actually play very, very well in this game.
I don't know.
I think he will.
Rashford's just going to be just taking shots from like 40 yards.
Oh, you will, just because of what he done to Bale's shot. You would just do it for the bants, but I reckon that you'll see the redemption arc. He'll end up in the Championship next year.
But yeah, Newcastle obviously is a bit worrying for them because they're starting to drop down the table now. You know. But yeah, has a good point. He ain't played for years. I think he went to Besiktas for a bit, didn't he? I don't think it worked out then.
No.
As well. He also said, I had Lloris in my team. He's been injured, didn't he?
Yeah, man's getting no points. Yeah, Hazard, fix up.
Right. Sunday's games. Now, Man United 3, Leicester 0. So not even Sancho. Rashford is in the form of his life at the minute.
Sancho hits 2.
And Sancho.
You know, one thing I want to say with a Rashford's first goal, that outside of the boot over the top pass from Fernandes, it was cold.
It was mad, innit? It was mad. And you know what's nuts? Rashford could have rolled Sancho in anyway, but he's just.
No, that was Garnacho.
No. For Rashford's goal.
Oh yeah.
It was Sancho that was running into the box.
No, I saw it was Garnacho.
What's Sancho?
Was it?
Yeah, I don't think Garnacho started.
Okay.
No, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't start. But yeah, either way, great finish from Rashford. And he took his second goal as well. Really
they were basically the same thing, but from different sides of the goal.
Yeah, slotted it through Ward's legs for the second goal. Obviously, they looked at it for offside. And this is an interesting time. I should have got the graphics for this, to be fair. But like, they decided to use. Who was in the middle? Was it Castagna? I think it might be Castagna, but they measured it from his arm. But earlier on in the season with Isak, they measured it from something else. So Isak was offside, but Rashford was onside. It's all weird. I don't know, but like the lines, the inconsistencies once again with how the lines are interpreted and stuff, it needs fixing. To be honest.
Yeah, I'm right.
Oh, so maybe it was gonna. Oh, then I apologize then. Yeah, I was wrong. I'll take my L. I'll sin with myself.
You got to come back and take it, mate. There you go.
Pause. But yeah, I've always a good finish. But you know what, Sancho's goal was really good, by the way. Like the build-up play between him and Fernandes. To
be able to open up his foot like that, strike it first time, and hit it hard as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Very convinced. I think the word I'd use is convincing finish.
Yeah, and it's not. You know what's mad? That first half, David De Gea pulled off 2 unbelievable saves.
Both from Iheanacho as well.
No, I think the first one was Harvey Barnes.
Oh yeah, Iheanacho passed him through, and then Iheanacho with a header.
With a header, I can't believe he saved that. You know,
that hand came out of nowhere.
You know, So no, unbelievable. But the second half performance, it was like I don't think Leicester could get out of the area, like their own half. It was just so dominant, so dominant. You know, makes our result against United look our performances against them look so much better now. But there was a huge talking point. Now I'm gonna admit, when I was watching the game live, I was like, "That's soft, get up." Since then, I mean, then they showed us a still image, like a picture of the Sabitzer challenge, and I was like, but it's a picture. It always looks worse as a picture. Since then, I've watched it a few more times. You know,
Liverpool are 2 up now.
Ooh. Here's angle one.
Mo Salah.
Oh gosh. Yeah, Saturday's gonna be long, bro. But here's angle one.
Bosh.
And then angle two. Now the reason, unless like I said, I've changed my mind. I think it's a red card now. Now looking at it again, but the reason I thought it wasn't initially because it was kind of just like a little kick out like that sort of thing. You know, normally when you see it, you see some kind of like follow through or you know, but it didn't look like that. But then, like I said, just watching it again and again, I'm like, actually,
I think the fact that it studs up to any degree is a sent off.
Yeah.
Because at least it's showing a little bit of consistency.
Yeah.
Because anything studs up these days is just a red now, apart from the things that they just don't check.
Mm.
In my opinion, I think from the second angle that you showed, he wasn't going for the ball at all.
I think he was trying to block the clearance. It's just poorly timed.
I don't know, you know, because his foot was already where it was, and the flight of the ball was going to where his foot was, and he just kicked him in the leg just for the bounce. That's what it looks like for me. Watch it again. You see, the ball's gone before he even puts his leg up. The ball's gone. Man just kicks him for the bounce. It's another one of them João Felix things, isn't it? Your lone player comes in and gets sent off 3 games.
Yeah, it's mad. So obviously he's obviously dodged that one, to be fair to him. But once again, we said it earlier, it looks like United have kind of pulled themselves into this title race again. We thought they kind of messed up when they drew to us and then lost to Arsenal. But with the way the results have gone, they've kind of crept back in.
Yeah, they've actually not lost out much at all, have they?
Yeah. And I think they're unbeaten at home all season, is it? Isn't it as well?
Yeah. I'm not sure, but I know that they've definitely, when they've dropped points, everyone else has dropped points.
Oh, actually, no. They lost to Brighton. Wasn't that the first game of the season? Yeah, they lost to Brighton. So, yeah, they've been unbeaten since the Brighton game, which was the first game of the season. Which is crazy and stuff. But anyway, that brings us to the last game of the weekend. Now, what's your thoughts on this one, people?
Emerson Royale, I see your game now.
I wasn't familiar with your game. But let's talk about rush goalies. Because I think this is the team that are experts at it. And JC was saying earlier like that David Moyes has got his outfield players practicing in goal. Because how was this not given as a he's trying to catch the ball.
And also Souček as well. I tell you what, as I said to you off stream, David Moyes, I wasn't familiar with your game. Teaching your defenders to be goalkeepers as well, it's world-class thinking. I'll tell you that now.
It's genius.
It's genius. Because, you know, as long as you say rush goalie before the ball touches your hand, yeah, it's all good. There's no card, there's no penalty, there's no nothing. It's all good. But being real, this is so stupid, man. Twice in 2 games. Twice.
Twice. I can't. It is mad. It is absolutely mad. I do not get it. I don't get it. at all.
It's hilarious. That's all you got to say. It's just funny. There's nothing else to it. It's just funny.
But obviously, Royale would have gone in the 56th minute. Son comes off the bench and he scores in the 72nd. And yeah, to be fair, when I look at it, Tottenham deserved the win, actually. They did deserve the win.
But West Ham didn't disgrace themselves.
They didn't,
completely, though. They actually looked promising.
Yeah, and I think they're starting to get a few players. Was it Skamaka? I think he was back, but I don't know if he played.
I tell you what, Skamaka is a good player. It's just that they need him to play week in, week out.
Yeah, 100%. And you know what? That covers all the games. I just thought, I was just midstream as I was thinking, because obviously we're talking about free kicks. I want to give a shout out to the Eredivisie, Kudus, Mohamed Kudus, Ghanaian international who plays for Ajax. Now he scores a free kick on the weekend, and he then lifts up his shirt. Not so he doesn't take off his shirt, but he just lifts up his shirt, and obviously he's got Atsu's name across his vest or his t-shirt and whatnot. And he didn't get booked, and obviously the referee had gone to speak to him at the time, and so he was saying in this post-match interview that the referee came up to him and said, "Listen, you know that should have been a booking, but I didn't book you because like that is more than football, basically, you know." And I've got to rate the referee for that, you know, just to kind of use. Yes, he might even get fined. Like
he probably has.
Yeah, or he'll get like a demotion for one game or something like that.
Yeah, he'll get like a second division game for like a week or two.
Real Madrid have scored.
Vinny Junior.
But it's just to use a bit of, it's just common sense. You know, obviously we've said, so rest in peace to Atsu. Obviously, like I said, once again, anyone else who in the world who's suffered from that earthquakes, whether it's through Turkey or Syria and stuff, rest in peace to them as well. But it was a nice message that could have sent out, and it was just so nice for a referee to just use a bit of common sense to say, you know what, I'm not going to book you. That message is important, you know. And I hope that can be utilized a bit more, like in other leagues, and I just like that little bit of initiative from the referee. So I gotta give him credit and such. What's your take on that?
I think it's great because the message is bigger than football, and because of his decision that he's made to just not book him is huge, because any other time that anything big has happened, it's always a booking. But I think everyone understands the severity of the situation that's happening in Turkey right now. And also, they're still having aftershocks now. Like, they had an earthquake yesterday, another one.
It's crazy.
So, but I think that the thing is that even though it is Ripatsu on his shirt and he's supporting Turkey, but I think it's that everyone needs to support like Syria and places like that, because those places aren't getting the coverage that it deserves as well as Turkey, because those people are suffering exactly the same.
Yeah,
but 100%. I think it's a little moment of class from the referee.
Yeah, 100%. Right, just a few more things, and this is from the back of Nicky. So first things first, he went in to mention obviously well wishes to Azpilicueta. He received a horrific injury and stuff, so he went to mention that. And his baller of the week is Marcus Rashford, and that was for the brace that he had scored on the weekend. And obviously, like, to be fair, he's in some crazy form and such. Do you have a different baller of the week? I mean, whilst you're thinking, I'm going to say the referee that didn't book Kudus. I'm going to give it to
definitely. Baller of the week. It's hard because I think we had some very good performances. I think I have to agree though, because Rashford's just been mental.
Yeah, he has been crazy. 10 Hag's done wonders with him, to be fair.
Oh, big time.
Brick of the week. Now, Nicky's gone for Emi Martinez for the best own goal this season. I disagree.
I disagree. I think if we're talking football, he's got the wrong goalkeeper.
Yep.
Yeah. If we're talking football-wise, brick of the week is Nick Pope.
Ooh, actually, yeah. You know what? I was gonna say Melier.
No, I'm saying Nick Pope.
No, actually,
because he got sent off for it as well.
Yeah.
It's not just a goal.
Yeah, it's Nick Pope. It's Nick Pope.
And also, he'd done it. They were already 2-0 down. Why? So that's why he's my brick of the week.
Yeah, it is Nick Pope.
But if we're talking general brick of the week, it's Nicky.
It is Nicky.
Because remember, the scandal is still this week. It hasn't happened. Good point. It's been within this weekend. So, Nicky, brick of the week.
Nicky is brick of the week, yeah, 100%. But yeah, footballing terms, we'll give it Nick Pope. But a special shout out to Melier because he literally forgot. He went shopping. Like, where was he going?
Actually, no, baller of the week could
actually
be Ronaldo as well, Man scored 4 goals. Even though it's in that league, 4 goals. It's still 4 goals, isn't it?
Also, brick of the week could be Jordan Ayew too.
We don't No, we don't speak about that.
Man. You know what? Nicky, I fair play to you. This show's actually really fun to do. It's actually really fun.
It's all right.
It's not bad. I might join in more often. Or we should all start taking part.
Nicky, this ain't your show no more. This is mine and Rich's. You have been blocked.
Cancelled.
You have been blocked. Wait, is that? Did I send that meme to you? You have been eagle-eyed blocked. Did I put it in here or did I send it to you? I think I sent it to you. Yeah, I did.
What, on WhatsApp?
I think so. I sent it to you ages ago, though.
Oh, I cleared out all my phone was always getting
Oh, I don't clear out anything, so I'll find it and I'll put it on there.
Sweet. Sweet. But yeah, big up everyone that was obviously everyone's throughout. Please smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Upcoming tomorrow, and hopefully, like not 100% just yet. Tomorrow, we should be on Coppish for the Palace Liverpool preview, which may end up being co-streamed. I haven't got that clarified just yet. If it isn't, we might just do our own preview on Thursday. We're not too sure just yet, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, so that will happen. If it's not the case, then we'll have to do our preview on Friday. Because we have got Tactical coming out on 6:30 on Thursday.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because Dan's playing football at 8 on that day, so we'll do it beforehand.
Wicked, that works out perfectly. And then obviously, Snap fan cams are going to be late, isn't it? Oh, but fan cams will maybe out on Sunday. Just saying, so that you know.
Well, what kickoff is it? Is it 5?
7:45 or 8 o'clock?
Ah,
it's a late one.
On Saturday.
Saturday, yeah. They moved the times and they moved the city time as well.
On Saturday, who's done that?
I hope I'm not wrong. Hold on. Yeah, 7:45.
7:45 on Saturday. This is mad.
And they moved the city one because the city one's 8
p.m. I know why. It's on TV, isn't it?
It's on TV, yeah.
You know what? At least it's a Saturday. It's because them midweek fan cams, those are a mission. I can't lie to you.
It's so hard.
Because for me to do that and then get home and then have to edit that, and then go to sleep, mate, I'm going to sleep at like 2 a.m. It's long.
It is long. It is long. But yeah, that's what you expect from us this week, people. Guys, we're gonna go because you need to watch the rest of this Champions League football.
Yeah, this is mad. It's still 2-1.
Sweet. Let me get rid of that.
All right. This is the Premier League review show hosted by Rich and your boy JC. We are out. Rest up, Nicky. We'll see you next week, maybe. And as always, up the Palace.
Eagles.
Eagles.
Eagle eye, Southside. Eagle eye, drop a line, eagle eye.
I played the wrong one.